Let's take a look at Laura's latest track from all of the instruments. The National Hurricane Center, you can see the eye of the storm now northeast of Lake Charles, which we're going to focus on in just a second, and tracking further north and east, weakening as it goes. Category 2 now. It made landfall in Louisiana as Category 4 just about 5.5 hours ago. You can see, though, these are live pictures coming into us from Lake Charles in Louisiana, and the trees still taking a lashing from the winds, which even at Category 2 for us, Jay Gray, that's 175 kilometers an hour. Jay Gray is the NBC reporter who is on the ground for us. We were speaking to Jay yesterday. You may remember I said, I think it's going to look very different tomorrow, Jay, when we see you, and indeed it is. What are conditions?
Look, believe it or not, as the rain picks up a bit here, things have calmed down significantly. It has been a rough ride overnight and into the early mornings here. The wind still gusting at times, but nothing like it was as the face of this storm rushed across Lake Charles just after midnight. Look, we've seen just in our areas here some pretty significant damage. The water is cooling, so flooding is definitely going to be an issue here. You can see a few trees behind me here, but there used to be rows of trees back there. They have snapped and they've been either blown away or some still laying on their sides here. Debris has gone back and forth for hours, and we know there's significant damage across this city to several buildings. Hundreds of thousands are without power. That number's going to climb as this storm continues to push to the north and then out toward the east coast. We won't know the extent of the situation here until we can get a closer look. And unfortunately, even after the battering this city has taken to this point, we've still got a couple of hours to go before the storm is completely cleared. So Heather, not out of the woods yet, but thankfully things have calmed down a bit.
And when we get a little bit more light, Jay, obviously we'll see the damage that you're referring to. We know that more than 1 million people were under various evacuation orders. Not everyone did leave, though. Do we have any idea how the people are who didn't heed the advice to move to safety? What's happening with them, Jay?
You know, we don't at this point, and that's because the wind is still too strong for those emergency teams, the first responders, to get out and take a look. They made it very clear to those who made the decision to stay that once you do that and once the wind gets to a level where we don't feel safe, we're not going to put our guys in harm's way, that you'll be on your own. Now, they're anxious to get out. They're anxious to find out if they can help anyone. It's what these guys and women love to do. But at this point, it's just not safe, especially while it's still dark. You've got down power lines, you've got flooding that you may happen upon. And so they'll get out, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Again, that's something that really can't begin in earnest until we have some sunlight and we see this storm kind of move off to the north.
Jay, thank you very much. Really appreciate your coverage from right there in Lake Charles. That's Jay Gray from NBC, but with us, as he often is, live this morning. And again, we'll continue to track Hurricane Laura here on CBC News Network. Back to those live pictures coming in of what is now a Category 2 hurricane. Sustained winds up to a maximum of 175 kilometers an hour.